Hi, everybody, and welcome to AXION Token Channel. We're going to do a quick update on AXION and, of course, Warp, which is about to launch its second planet, PROXIMA B. So we're going to get into that now. Let's go for it. We have a bit of a use case here, what's happening with the AXION price. So we're going to be talking about our scenario with the DMI and, of course, see how that's tracking so far. So we've had a pretty nice run up in the price. Obviously, there's been a recovery of Ethereum back over 3,000 as well. AXION is paired to Ethereum. And of course, that is also linked into US dollars. So we have a US dollar price here. The current price, of course, is quadruple 0405. And of course, we're just testing that now. So we've had a nice little rally. And of course, we actually got as high as quadruple 0425 today, US cents. And of course, had a little rally, a little bit of profit taking into there. One account in particular was selling down probably about 60% of their position. And that was probably, 30 million or something like that. So just take that into account. And of course, we had another wallet in there too, decided to do a little bit of selling. So we pretty much had two sellers in there today. And that, of course, made us test the quadruple 04 mark after we had a nice big rally. So if we rally up, of course, from this point down here at quadruple 033, we actually had a nice little rally up 26%, which is pretty good, right? And that was within 2 days and 10 hours. So nice little rally. We're currently still up at the moment at quadruple 04 at 18.37%. So that's very good in 2 days and 18 hours. Very nice. All right, let us quickly jump out of there and go into this is on the hourly. Let's just move back out of the hourly and go to the daily because it's a better long-term view of this at the moment. Let's scale this up. And of course, we're looking for that breakout and breaking the downward trend. We've got this downward trend, but it does seem to be getting weaker. Obviously, you can go 50% down on any particular price point you are. So we're just trying to look to see that we can break this curvature here. And of course, we've got some key lines here. We want to get up to quadruple 05 to start breaking that the curvature there, downward trend as it were, and start moving up into an uptrend. So that's pretty cool. Quadruple 05 is our target. We've come quite a bit away there and had a pretty good run. Let's see how we're tracking there. So we're moving towards the middle of the Bollinger Bands. That's the 50% mark. The top of the blue is top 95% of the prices. The bottom of the blue is the bottom 5% of the prices. So we're definitely tracking back in the middle. That's positive. So some good TA there. We've got a nice little short-term rise there. So very nice. We're going to actually have a look at that from the last 5 days. So we're actually been up as high as 35% increase, which is pretty nice. And we're currently still up 28%. So that's pretty good over the last 5 days. But really, we want to test these support lines that were back in our declining curve and start getting over that. So quadruple 05 is our target. So we'll be looking out for that. Now, how are we going to get towards that? We're going to have a look at the DMI. This is our scenario, of course. And as I said, we really want to see these arrows here, this happens. So the buyer's line, these buyer's line in green is a signal line. We want that to go up to the top here. And of course, we got the seller's line in red. We want the signal line to go down. And of course, we got the momentum. So we have signals and then the momentum that signals. The momentum is in the orange here. We want that to get up over 20 and then move up to 25 to confirm the confirmation. 20 would be pretty cool getting up to there. Currently, it is currently at 18.2. We'd like to get over 20 to start to confirm that trend. And then for a confirmed trend, to get over 25 is what we want to get, this yellow line. So far at the moment, since we've done this definitely all of them are tracking exactly in the right directions for the last day or two. So that's very, very cool. You can see that there since the third, fifth, fourth, fifth, sixth, and now we're on the sixth here. They've been traveling the last 3 days in the right direction. So we're happy about that. We probably need another couple of days to see that play out. Maybe 3 to 7 days, and we'll see whether those cross over. We want the green signal line to cross over the momentum line, and of course the seller's signal line to cross down below, and then we can move into a really nice little uptrend, I should say. And of course we can see this here try and attack that quadruple 05 and break the downtrend once and for all, and give the chance with the chart to start going green. As the price goes green, of course, that is self-fulfilling, and more people see a green chart and then they start buying into it. That's just the way it works. People want to see a nice little uptrend with a green chart, and they'll start buying, and that helps like a snowball starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger and moves faster, and that's what we want to see there happen. The RSI, of course, is looking pretty good. We've got a lot of way to go. We're perfectly fine down here, but eventually when we get that run on, we want the price to, the RSI to really move up. Could be whatever time, but there's plenty of room to move. We could have a really nice price rally once we get more buyers than sellers. That's pretty much that. So at the moment we're testing our quadruple 04 line, and we'll see how we get on in terms of targeting that quadruple 05. That will really be the beginning of the breakdown in the downward curve there. And of course, we'll be looking at trying to target the quadruple 08 to break that once and for all. So that'll be the beginning of a new trend. And of course, we want to get that up. And we're watching this. So this is our use case here. We're watching that play out, and of course watching this play out as well. So those are two things. So that's pretty much the price review, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And let's have a quick look at the overall. So liquidity at the moment, $204,700. So it's nice to get back over 200,000 again. Daily volume still light at 8,900. Like to get up to the 20, 30,000, something like that. Pulled ETH is 33.8. The amount of pulled, I don't know if it actually has the pulled AXION there, not that I can say. Oh yeah, pulled AXION 2.55 billion, and that's the way it's going at the moment. Market cap 3.2 million, nice. And now of course as the price goes up, the market cap is going to go up. So that's simple. And circulating supply is 81.6 billion AXION, but that does include the actual sushi swap contract as well as the team's 10 billion in AXION that they've got in the team development wallet. So if you exclude that, we're probably around about 70 billion or so. Just under 7 billion. Cool. Now, obviously, in that circulating supply, you get a lot of people that just have liquid in their wallets that they don't really do much. We have seen that in the top 50 wallets. There's not a lot of wallets that have been moving stuff around. So as long as that persists, it gives a chance for new investors to come in and push the price up. That's pretty much what happens there. We can see that we've had quite a few buys here over the last little wee while, and that's pretty positive. So we've had lots of these buys. Yeah, and we're getting some low millions, which is quite nice. So I'd like to see that. And of course, once we start getting the 10s and 20 millions, that really starts moving the price up pretty strongly. At the moment, one ETH will buy you 75 million AXION. That's pretty amazing on the market. And of course, you can get even more than that if you use the actual accelerator. That's pretty much how that works. So let's jump over to Axion.website. If you're new to Axion, of course, check out Axion.network. This is the website. Do your investment due diligence. Nothing on this channel, of course, is investment advice. It's just infotainment. So make sure you check out this website. Look at all the cool stuff that's on there. There is a calculator, how much to earn. Just read the fine print on all that, of course. The accelerator is the main place where we buy and stake. And of course, the collider is a place where you can get a bonus investment, which is pretty cool. I think that's given up a certain amount of bonus investment, 14 to 18,000 in the last 2 months. So pretty nice there. Anyway, we're going to go check that out. Obviously, there's news and updates. Keep on to that because the updates have a lot of cool things. Because AXION also has a launch pad, and the team is looking to target up to 24 different launches this year on that, which could offer a lot of early access and discounts and airdrops and things like that. Pre-sales to you, getting into some really cool projects. The next one coming up looks amazing. They have 1 million downloads on the app, and so that could be very big launchpad, a project going through this launchpad that you could get access to at 50% of the discount of the price. So looking exciting. So if you have any questions, of course, get on Telegram and Discord. As 24/7 help with AXION, which is one of the very few projects that do that in crypto. So very exciting. And we're going to jump onto, if you want to get onto the platform and buy and stake there, get all the rewards through the accelerator. It's a much better benefit than through the sushi swap, unless you're speculating. So if we click the AXION portal, it's going to take us to the dashboard. You can just connect your wallet with MetaMask and of course add your address there, and then you can go through the accelerator. This is the main page. The dashboard will give you the ecosystem, how everything's going. Accelerator is when you buy and stake. Pretty amazing. Looks like we get 375 million AXION start off every 24 hours, and we've got 13 hours to go. 12% has been sold so far, so it's 88% to go. That's pretty average at this time of the day. And so far we've got 57 million sold, $2,300. AXION burned 27 million, and BTC paid the stake of $604. So as people buy and invest through here, they get all the bonuses, and of course the bonus is through the accelerator, up to 15% for 15 years. And I always say just click the advance. You've got 6 tokens you can choose from, and of course Matic, Wrapped ETH, etc. And this is all on the Polygon chain, which is the second layer of Ethereum. And then you just put the amount that you want to invest, and of course how long you stake determines how many benefits you get. There are big payday stakes for stakers rewards, and there's also the accelerator bonus for going through the accelerator, which pretty much gets you AXION at a discount to the sushi swap market price. So you can put your principal in here, you get your bonus, obviously staking longer, your total principal will be is there, and of course if you're staking long enough, you'll have a big payday bonus as well, so they all get ticked there. And of course you have your maturity at the end based on today's prices. maturity value. On top of that, you get a particle NFT, which you can use in the collider. Like I say, that could give you a bonus investment up to 50 million AXION, which is about $2,000 at the moment as the max prize. It depends what you get. You get a random chance. You could get 2x, 3x, etc. Just really depends. And of course, on top of the AXION and the particle NFT, you also get wrapped Bitcoin dividends, which you get in real time, and you can withdraw those at any time, which is pretty neat, actually. That's kind of cool. And that potentially gives you a really good APR. But that will vary, as we say, as the accelerator sells out, and of course, as AXION price moves around, stuff like that does vary that. When people buy and stake, of course, 55% goes to buy AXION on the market. So when people invest, say, $10,000, 55% of that, 5,500 is going to go buy AXION, buy it on the market, and burn it. So that's pretty cool. So a way of creating deflation in the market and supporting the AXION price longer term. Obviously, 30% at the moment goes to pay for Bitcoin dividends. That goes to stakers. So once you buy and stake, you become a staker and you get a share of that based on your shares. When you stake AXION, of course, here, if you stake your AXION, you'll end up getting shares. You can see the shares here. And of course, your shares determines how much of the reward pool you get, principally AXION here. Principally wrapped Bitcoin dividends as well. Nice. The AXION that you have, of course, you get the end of your staking period, and sometimes people like to do mini stakes. We call it a staking ladder. That way they have AXIONs maturing at different periods as well. But you do get over 300% more shares if you stake for 15.2 years or 5,505 days. That's the way it rolls. Now, a couple other things, of course, the minimum investment is 50,000 AXION through the accelerator. The minimum staking period is 120 days. The maximum is 5,555 days, which is 15.2 years. If you stake anything under 349 days, you won't get any bonuses through the accelerator for the big payday or the accelerator, but you will get a particle NFT. But once again, that's between, if you want to get start getting the bonuses, stake through 50 days or longer, pretty much. All right, cool. You can see a price comparison between Sushi Shop market price and the accelerator here. As you adjust your staking period, you can adjust that using the scroller as well. Very nice. So far, people have used 866 Matic, and they've used $160 DAI and 0.000956 wrapped Bitcoin have been used to invest into AXION at the moment. The cool thing is that you're buying AXION and staking it all in one go. You don't have to buy it on Sushi Swap and then come and stake it, like many other projects. So cool. Once you've done that, of course, your stake will show up on the staking page. You'll have the value here. You'll have your shares here. And of course, you'll have your wrapped Bitcoin divs show up here as you earn them. You can withdraw them at any time. Super cheap on Polygon too. Fraction of a penny kind of thing. And your stakes will show up at the bottom. Your particle NFT that you get as a bonus through Accelerator will show up here. You can either leave it there, or you can sell it on OpenSea NFT or market, or you can use it in the collider. You have a 4% chance of winning. And of course, you put a collider in there, and you can actually influence the benefit by staking long. And of course, that's a massive increase, especially in wrapped Bitcoin dividends. Engage the collider by clicking that, and of course, you have a 4% chance. If you are successful, your bonus stake will show up at the staking page below your original investment stake. So you'll have 2 stakes. And of course, if you are unsuccessful, then your NFT pretty much is expired and it's no longer of any value. Just take that into account. The other big thing, of course, and this is going to be massive in 2022, is the launches. We're going to have tons of launches coming up. The next one is in 3 hours and 12 days. Can you believe it? And that looks like it's going to be pretty big with a pretty big brand that's got over 1 million downloads on their app. And so that could be quite a large. And of course, that adds extra value to you as an investor. And of course, if you staked AXION, you get access to these at amazing discounts, and you could get really good diversified portfolio. So once again, you've got to do investment due diligence. But so far, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these be really come onto the place. And I'd say 4 out of 6 of these have performed very well overall. And some of them have a medium-term horizon. So you got to wait, be a bit more patient as they deliver their products. So you got to do your investment due diligence. But this one here looks like it's going to be truly epic as well coming up. Nice. So those are the key things, of course. There are pledges and vestings and things like that on there that are part of those launches. So it's going to be pretty cool. So stay tuned, folks. If you get invested, typically, if you staked long over a year, you start getting access to these benefits. And of course, if you stake for 5,505 days, you often get extra benefits as well. AXION also has NFTs, and you can look at those as well. We won't talk about those here, but they have got various NFTs that you can buy, and one of them gives a boost in here, 5% every time you use it through the accelerator. So it's interesting stuff. Let's jump over to the Warp, and of course, AXION's also development teams working on Warp. another project. Of course, this is a OHM treasury. In other words, people build up a treasury and they get space parts. This is kind of like gamification and decentralized finance mixed together, called GameVi, using that OHM treasury. So pretty cool. We're going to jump through all this and go to the app and see how that's going. So this is the dashboard here, and of course the big thing is that they've got a second planet opening up. They've already got Earth operating. People staking their warp tokens, which is the main token from warp on the planet Earth, and of course they get an APY. At the moment it's 5.32% every 5 days, and they get that every 8 hours. They get 0.34% credited to them every time this index rolls over 0.21, and 4 hours there'll be another one, that'll be 0.21, etc. It goes on and on and over. So far there's been 20 interest payment periods on there. Very nice. And you can just stake and unstake as required. So nice. You can also buy that on SushiSwap, and you can get that too. So the second planet's going to open up very shortly. It's going to be Proxima B, and everyone's waiting for that. They'll basically race their ships. They'll go to the hangar. The build starship, this has opened up in the last 24 hours, so they'll be able to do this. If you've got parts, you need a hull, engine, and a bridge. You get this via bonding, or you can buy it on OpenSea and at the parts storage. And of course, you can bond DMI or warp and DI LP tokens. Basically, you're giving that money away, and instead you're going to get discounted warp. That's how that works. You don't get this money back. This goes into the treasury. That's why it's called an OHM DAO, because it's got pretty much a treasury in there. So you'll have the warp price at the moment is $462 on the market on SushiSwap, but because of these discounts that you get of 9%, 14%, you'll get a bonded price, which is discounted at this rate. So it's much cheaper for you to entry. And of course, if you do over $250 for a bond, you will get a spaceship part, which is pretty cool. You need three of those to make a ship. And of course, you can actually go up much higher. You can maybe bond $3,000. They'll make the part much stronger, a stronger part. Very cool. And once you do a bonds, of course, and accept that, your bonds will show up here. They'll be dripped to you. Your warp will be dripped to you over 5 days. That's pretty cool. And of course, you can stake that, claim it every day 8 hours, and also stake it as well, so to maximize your return there. It's pretty cool. Nice. And of course, if you want to add liquidity, you can add it there. Very nice. All right. So what happens is that, so you get your hangar, you make your starship. You also need some fuel and do that. And then you can manage your starships. If you've got a couple of starships, they'll be here. Very cool. And if you've got these parts, when you bond, you get a free part if it's over $250, and your parts will show up here. Hopefully you get all 4 of them. Otherwise, you can buy them on OpenSea. You need a hull, a bridge, an engine, and a fuel cell, and you can start traveling to planets. That's when you can go and travel to a planet, and then you can stake on that planet. And that planet, when they first open up, will have a very high APY, and so you'll get a much better return on investment than you will on Earth at the moment. So nice. Now you can still mine on Earth, of course, but or stake on Earth, but that's just the way it goes. Now the map's going to open up, of course. You'll be able to select your starship after you've made it, and of course you'll be able to select the planet when the second Proxima B opens up, which is the second one. You'll be able to select that and travel there. That'll be pretty fun. And once you get there, if you're one of the first people, you get the highest APY when you stake. It's pretty much how it works. And of course, you play this over a long period of time, you're going to get even better APY. So pretty nice. There's going to be 5 planets in season 1. Then there's going to be season 2, season 3. And of course, there's lots of partnerships as well that have their own ships and possibly planets. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see that play out. There's a calculator if you want to do some estimations of what you can earn by staking. And once again, take into the fact that the warp price can move around a lot. All right, so here is the summary. This will give you the summary of your position, the starships, the parts, the fuel cells, how much warp you've got, whether it's liquid, bonded, or staked, and of course the value, the total amount of warp you have from those, and then the dollar value at the current market price. If you've got a ship in transit between planets, because you're going to go and try and stake at a high yield planet, then that will show up here. And of course, here is the overall warp economy. You can see that here, market price is 462 at the moment. Has been over 3,000 at the very high the first day. Market cap is 1.3 million. Circulating supply is 1,047 warp. Obviously, people are earning warp in the stake there, but there is some burning mechanisms to burn warp. Obviously, there's a sell fee every time you sell. I think it's 5% when you sell your warp on SushiSwap. It goes into here. And of course, the treasury balance is $1.5 million US. Very nice. Locked is 484,000. That is what's locked in the staking there. So you can see that amount there is 484 total value locked. Very cool. And of course, what else we've got there? We've got the current index. This is kind of every 8 hours you get paid out in staking. So we're now up to 1.2, and once that finishes, it'll be 1.21, etc. It's just like a time period for interest payments. Backing of Warp is $1,446. Now, I do believe that this is the treasury balance divided by the circulating supply. And of course, it's probably better represented by the total supply, 2.9. So it's probably a lot lower if you do that calculation. Starships built, 602 Starships have been made by investors so far. Pretty cool. The parts remaining are 28,245. They start off at 30,000, and that excludes fuel cells, which won't have a particular limit on it. The APY on Earth at the moment is 4,332. And of course, that started off at a very high number. I think it was over $1 billion. Once people stake, that comes down very dramatically. So what you're really interested in when you stake is this ROI number, 5.33%. That's really what you're looking at. So that's pretty much an overview of that. Of course, Proxima B is going to open up on Sunday, and that's going to happen pretty soon. So that's going to be very exciting. That'll be the first planet that everybody will be able to take their ships to. The hangar, obviously, to build starships opened up in the last 24 hours, and now people will soon be able to go and travel to planets. And in a week or two, I understand that we're going to have ship battles between ships, and that'll be pretty exciting too. So lots in store for Warp. It's going to be pretty exciting. I hope you enjoyed this recap of AXION. And of course, Warp looks very exciting to me, and we're going to have a lot of fun for this for sure. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Catch me in tomorrow's live show. It's going to be truly fun. We're going to have a good time. Until then, see you in the next one. Bye.